Hey Geeks, Tim Tibbetts here with MajorGeeks.com as always, and today we're going to take a look at O&O RegEditor, a fairly new release from the O&O guys. If you don't know, they've been around since 1997. They have a handful of great freeware tools, AppBuster, Shutup 10, and they also have a ton of really good shareware stuff that's worth the money. So it comes as a zip file, as you can see here, so you'll just want to extract that to its own folder, and once you've done that, you can see we're right here. And I'm a little confused on the two executables, but I've run this so far. I guess if you're 32-bit, you probably want to run that. But regardless, I've had good luck just running this right here, O&O RegEditor.exe. So go ahead and double-click that. When it opens up, it will ask you this every time. So if you're not sure, you want it to be your default, then click no and leave the box unchecked because you can change your mind later. As you can see, let's take a comparison with Windows key plus R and open RegEdit, R-E-G-E-D-I-T. And there's the RegEditor that comes with Windows. Now, the differences aren't too much. For example, I can import, export. I can create a new key individually. I can copy a key name. You're probably used to all this stuff, view, help, etc. But what the O&O RegEditor does, at least in my opinion, is it's a little better for those of you who aren't as familiar with a registry and feel they get a little bit lost or confused in here. And the only reason for it, frankly, is the kind of nice colorful icons for the most part. So if I'm sitting here, I can take a look and see what I can do. I can import, export, cut, copy, paste, find, add a new key or value, etc. So not a huge difference. It has the search right here. It's your use to here. So they did a really nice job on it. All they've really done is kind of improved upon this by adding this bar and by adding a different color to it. It just makes everything kind of pop out a little bit more when you're looking at it. Whereas this is just a touch more geekier. I know a lot of people who are afraid to play with a registry editor. And of course, as we've mentioned before you do that, all you've got to do is click here. Oh, sorry. Click here, and you can export and name it whatever you want. Let's say backup, and save it somewhere where you know you can find it, and you will have, when completed, a complete backup of your registry. Let me get over there. There it is right there. And of course, same way, just so you know, you can do that in any key. So if you're modifying a symbol key or one particular entry, for example, all you have to do is export, because a lot of people are always, when they say they're afraid to use this thing, then that's probably why, because they're afraid that they're going to break something and not be able to restore it. And I should also mention now, as I'm learning as I go, 64-bit, so I was correct. That means O&O RegEdit.exe is 64-bit. If you have 32-bit, you'll run the one that says 32 in it. I suspected as much. So once again, this way you know what you're doing. And I like it. You can export a key, so you'll find a lot of files on Major Geeks that we call registry edits that go ahead and edit the registry for you, and they add and remove it. And a lot of times we do that by finding our key wherever it is. I'm just randomly clicking on junk, and I find something I want to modify. Let's say I modify this value here. I can actually export that with this, name it whatever I want, and then make my changes, export it again, and there you go. I've got two registry files for you to download to automatically put that in and automatically take that back out. So once again, it's rated 4 stars on Major Geeks right now, and it's kind of what we like to call a niche application. It's been downloading fairly well. It's gotten a lot of views. And again, I think the big difference is it's just a little prettier to look at. That's all. In the long run, I'm sure there's probably a little bit more in here. Favorites is kind of a neat one. Add a favorite, something that you might play with. That's handy, for example, if you're making one of those registry edits where you want to turn something on or off on a regular basis. You could actually just jump to those keys whenever you want. And as you can see, it's also kept track of where I've been going already. So that's kind of neat for frequently used keys. You're not going to find that on the standard registry editor. So if you ask me my opinion, and that's just mine, I think anybody who edits the registry will like this better than RegEdit. And I also think, in other words, if it's your first time, and I also think if you're a regular hardcore user of the registry edit, I think you're going to appreciate this a lot more just because of some of the stuff like the favorites, and it's just nicer to look at. So there you go. It's got everything RegEdit's got and more, which is kind of the basis of Major Geeks sometimes, is third-party programs that improve what Windows already has for you. So go ahead and give it a shot. I'll drop a download link in the video description. See what you think. Again, it's portable, so you don't have to install it, so there's no risk. When you're done, close it. Come over here You can delete the download. You can save your backups if you need them. But more importantly, the uninstalling a portable file just means you click delete and you're done. There's nothing left over. So there you go. As always, you'll find our like button down here as the video comes to a close in the last little bit. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you next time.